Competition floor. The Syndicate Crown kicked off yesterday, event number 1, and it belonged to the 2023 fittest man on earth, Jeff Adler, who was out front early, was able to stay there, picks up 100 points with a time of 20 minutes, 28.44 seconds. 11 men advancing from this semifinal to the CrossFit Games. Roman Krennikov would finish in second place, just 10 seconds behind Adler. Saxon Panchik, Will Morad sits in fourth, and then Austin Hatfield rounding out the top 5. Event number 2, a whole lot of reps over 5 rounds.
That's right, it's classic CrossFit, 5 rounds for time, 100 double unders, 20 toes to bar, 10 front squats at 225 pounds.
The GoRuck steps for success. Anything change going into this final heat?
You know, Sean, nothing's going to change. This is a hand-heavy workout. These guys are going to have their grip tested in each and every aspect of it, and they've got to be mindful of that. And then break, don't wait. Anticipate when you need to take your rest, so rest doesn't choose you later.
Lane assignments here for this 4th and final heat. Jeff Adler, he is your defending fittest man on earth. He will be in lane number 5. Lane 1, Travis Mayer. A guy who's coming off that injury from last year, looking to work his way back to the games.
That's right. We didn't get to watch him grace the competition floor, but this is an 8-time CrossFit Games athlete. I know he got some fresh ink, but he's got 4 littles at home that are rooting him on at a very high level, so don't let him down, Dad.
And we mentioned Jeffrey Adler, who started his in-person title defense off with an event win yesterday.
And Sean, you know, when I think about Jeff, I think about the CrossFit Games last year. I think about how convincingly he won the workout Helena. And that's a triplet. And that involves some gymnastics and monostructural and a weightlifting piece. So, you know, this could be right up his alley for a potential back-to-back number 1.
And Roman Krennikov will be right next to Jeff Adler. And for more on him, let's go down to Bella Martin.
Roman is right next to Jeff, but he's also right behind him, a position that unfortunately he's gotten very comfortable being in. 3rd at the games behind Jeff, 3rd at Rogue behind Jeff. Does Roman have what it takes to finally beat Jeff Adler in a competition? I hope we're going to find out this weekend, guys.
2 men who had that great battle at the games last year. Of course, Roman Krennikov, you always wonder what happened if he wouldn't have suffered that foot injury, but still managed to finish on the podium in 3rd place in 2023, and we are underway. First of 5 rounds here, 100 double unders to kick this thing off.
And Jason Hopper, the only athlete choosing to step forward and do his dubs on the soft mat, giving him a little forgiveness there for his jumping.
There's Jason Hopper in lane 8. The athletes are allowed to do those double unders pretty much wherever they want.
Yep. As long as they're behind the rig, they could use the mat, which we see from Hopper. They could be on the green stall mat, or they could go back to a smoother surface there on the all-black stall mats.
As the United States Border Patrol mark their 100th anniversary, they are recruiting individuals who are passionate about fitness and protecting our nation. Go visit their booth in order to find out how you can be part of their legacy, or visit careers.cbp.gov to learn more.
55 seconds for those double unders there for Roman Krennikov, and literally on the run to the toes to bar. I don't think we're going to see many of these athletes break up this 20, Sean.
And there's Roman Krennikov, right side of your screen. Jeff Adler next to him. As there is not a shirt to be seen. Well, one shirt out there right now in lane 9. Benoit Boulanger, the only man who has yet to pop the top here.
Roman hasn't broken once. We saw Pepper drop for a quick break. We see Christoffel doing the same thing in lane 10.
Travis Mayer and Austin Hatfield will be the first 2 men to the barbell. Krennikov, Adler, and Dallin Pepper there as well. And 11 minutes, 37.92 seconds. Pardon me, Adrian. The top time from heat number 2 from Will Carter.
Yeah, and all these guys showing no signs of that 225 being a limitation or a struggle whatsoever.
Travis Mayer, left side, will be the first man to start his 2nd round here. Mayer's career best finish at the CrossFit Games came back in 2016 when he finished 10th.
Shawnee likes the front squat. When there's a front squat, he's got a 67% history of being in the top 10.
Mayer coming off a 9th place finish in event number 1 yesterday. They'll have 2 events today and then 3 tomorrow. Tomorrow, a huge day as half the points are up for grabs. 6 total events that these men will face.
I can't echo again how inhuman they appear to be on the floor right now. If you haven't spent many hours in a CrossFit gym doing movements like double unders, toes to bar, and front squats, then they are putting on a very poor example of the pain and the discomfort that a workout like this can actually impose to the body.
Well, Austin Hatfield was done just ahead of Travis Mayer on those double unders. Krennikov and Adler are dead even on the right side of your screen. Here comes Dallin Pepper in lane number 2. And Saxon Panchik in lane 4 onto his second set.
Look at Dallin's cycle rate. It's a little bit different on the toes to bar than the rest of the competitors. His hip, his feet don't go that far behind the rig. He's staying a little bit more firm and tight through his midline. This could tax his shoulders and upper body just a bit less because he's wasting range. He's not wasting as much range of motion, but it's Hatfield. Wow.
Austin Hatfield and Travis Mayer continue to lead. Now Roman Krennikov just ahead of Adler for 3rd. This is the fight for first place between Travis Mayer on the left side, Austin Hatfield on the right.
Hatfield's going to have the hand on cycle rate. He's a little shorter, a little closer to the ground. Hip crease gets below parallel, and he stands to extension with a great amount of ferocity and speed.
Hatfield's done. He's looking for his first individual appearance at the CrossFit Games. He was 13th at semifinals last year, so knocking on the door in 2023. Looking to finally break through here in 2024 as he is first back to the jump rope, followed by Jeff Adler and Roman Krennikov as Travis Mayer's now fallen into 4th.
And Hatfield, what we saw from him just in that last round, Sean, he was on those front squats and having in his back pocket that his cycle rate is just a touch faster than some of the competitors to his right, to his left. It gives him a bit of peace and almost reprieve through the other 2 movements because he knows, hey, I just got to keep these guys right where I need them to be, and I know I can out-cycle them on the front squats.
Top 3 on the screen. Austin Hatfield on the left. Jeff Adler, Roman Krennikov on the right.
Great display of technique and execution. Upright torso, shoulders back, elbows at the sides and pinned back just a touch, spinning through the elbows, relaxed and composed, steady breathing rate. Folks, take out your pen and pad and write down some notes. These are going to help you with your double unders out there.
Austin Hatfield is done with his 3rd set of 100 double unders. Now Adler and Krennikov are joined at the hip right now. They are dead even.
And this is where we saw that separation happen for Will Carter and the rest of his heat early on. It was right about 2.5 rounds in that the capacity started to become very obvious on who had paced it properly and who had paced it wrong in the first 2 rounds.
Austin Hatfield got off to a great start yesterday. 5th place in event number 1. And now he is finished and moves to the barbell for the 3rd time here. And right now looks to be ahead of the pace from Will Carter in heat number 1. Here come Adler and Krennikov.
We talked about that cycle rate, and it's still looking strong and fast. He does a great job using the stretch reflex at the bottom of his squat to send him up very quickly.
There is that time to beat from Carter, bottom left-hand part of your screen. Carter was done with this round at the 6:39 mark. So Hatfield right now assaulting that.
And on the
2
run
rounds
back
remain.
to his bar.
Adler and Krennikov continue to fight for 2nd. Travis Mayer, far left side of your screen, just passing out of view there. He sits in 4th place in the heat.
Adler struggling with his rope just a touch.
Jeff Adler with that win at the CrossFit Games last year, joining some pretty elite company as a Games champion. Another former champion is in the field here as well, Ben Smith. We saw him earlier.
Yeah, such an amazing group of men to be a part of there by Adler, and I know he wants nothing more than to run it back one more time.
It's the 4th of 5 rounds for these men. After these 100 double unders, back to the bar. for 20 toes to bar. Austin Hatfield putting the finishing touches on this set. Hatfield is a rabbit farmer.
Well, he's got some good bunnies out there on those double unders, you know what I mean? As the kids say, he got the bunnies, he got the hops.
Not an occupation you see very frequently in this sport.
If he's got to chase him down, Sean, I'm sure that adds to its advantages in this sport.
It's like Rocky chasing the chicken.
Hatfield still looking extremely composed, hand in the air already, not looking to break at all.
Austin Hatfield now done with his fourth set of 20. And he has a good contingency of fans here. They're at the bottom of your screen. It's the Austin Hatfield cheering section. Here come Krennikov and Adler.
Yep. More of the same on these front squats. His efficiency allows him to, again, save energy, and that's huge when it comes to momentum.
Final rep for Hatfield. He's into round 5, and he is way ahead of Will Carter's lead pace. Carter was done with this round at 9:04. Now Adler finishes up. He's in second place in the heat, but just slightly ahead of that man, Roman Krennikov, on the right side of your screen. Saxon Panchik is in the top 4. Dallin Pepper, Travis Mayer, and Jason Hopper now all closing out rounds 4 as Austin Hatfield is on his final set of 100 double unders. He's looking for his first semifinals event win. His best finish before today was 4th in test 4 last year.
Hatfield certainly putting on a clinic right now, seizing the moment. We talked about that flow state as Will Carter went on to have his heat win, and it looks like he is living in that moment right now as Austin Hatfield, smooth, composed.
This is the fight for second place as Adler and Krennikov have been dead even throughout this entire event.
It's interesting, but from an emotional standpoint, Sean, when you're going head-to-head and you can't shake the other guy, it's almost more fatiguing versus Hatfield with the clear lead here. This feels good. Even though he's out in charge and he's busting his butt, it's a relief feeling and a great sensation to have the lead in such a way.
Austin Hatfield on the left side of your screen is your leader in the heat. He is well ahead of Will Carter's top time of 11:37.92 seconds. Now a no rep for Adler. So Krennikov in the lead for second place as here comes Austin Hatfield for the final time to the barbell.
That's a goosebumps moment there.
And now Roman Krennikov is sprinting his way to the barbell for his final set. Here comes Adler, but Austin Hatfield is into his final few reps. And Austin Hatfield picks up his first semifinals event win. 11:06 as he strolls across the finish. And Krennikov is going to be in next. That's going to be good enough for second place in the event. And here comes Jeff Adler taking third. The Saxon Panchik will be the next man across. Now Panchik is going to have to hurry to beat Carter's prior top time and finish in 4th in the event. So Carter's going to hang on to 4th.
Wow.
That's probably going to be good enough for 5th for Panchik. Now Dallin Pepper onto the barbell for the final time. Jason Hopper and Tyler Christoffel at the top of your screen. Christoffel is going to win that race. He's in lane 10. Pepper's done. Travis Mayer onto the barbell for the final time as well, as Hopper will be the next man to finish. It wasn't that long ago, a couple years ago in Knoxville, where Jason Hopper really exploded onto the scene, winning the semifinal there as Travis Mayer is across. That's Benoit Boulanger. Will Morad is also on the floor as well. Morad in the background there. He's another guy who has already qualified for a championship round. He's going to make his way to the Legends Championship for the age group finals.
Boulanger, also a training partner of Jeff Adler. Spending a lot of time with the fittest man on earth. That'll help push you in the right direction.
And that's it for Boulanger. 13-22 unofficially for him. But Will Morad looking to be the final man to finish up. Morad is another guy who's made some memories here at the semifinals. A couple years back, he overcame a 76-point deficit in the final event of the Syndicate Crown.
It was, if you, CrossFit, we've got Hail Marys. That was one of them. From the 50-yard line, Sean, he threw that thing.
Well, and that was one where we usually have an idea of scenarios going into the final event of who could make it. He wasn't even in the conversation.
It was amazing. And you talk about him playing with house money. This guy is the fittest 35 to 39-year-old on the planet right now at this point in the season as he qualified for the CrossFit Games in the age group division.
Everybody there to cheer on Will Morad, who's Saxon Panchik and Roman Krennikov trying to help him through. Now Morad's going to switch up the grip here. Krennikov trying to get the people behind him.
Oh, nice job.
Will Morad is in. Austin Hatfield, the rascally rabbit farmer, picks up his first career semifinals win, 11:06.16 seconds.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it was a show, and we knew we were in for one. It was Mayer out early, but that didn't tell the whole story, and we kind of knew that would be the case. We knew that they had to pace it early. In fact, they had to be intentional with the way they paced the first 2 rounds so that they could thrive in the last 3 rounds. It was Hatfield who held on after a mid-transition to take the lead. And of course we knew Adler and Krennikov would be there nipping at his heels, but it was the front squats. This fast cycle rip, bar path right over his heels the whole time. And I'll tell you what, he had a smooth, very confident swagger the entire workout.
Austin Hatfield at 11:06.16 picks up 100 points following up that 5th place finish in Event 1, trying to make it to the CrossFit Games for the first time. Roman Krennikov edges out Jeff Adler for 3rd, and Will Carter from Heat 2 is going to take 4th. Let's go down to Bella Martin with your event winner,